Good question. Time.
Yeah.
It's the only thing you can't replace, right? Can't go get more of. Spend the time.
Welcome to the Fatherhood Chronicles. My name's Logan.
I'm Caleb, and today we're diving into Chronicle 1, Episode 4.
I do apologize to begin. I have a sore throat today. I am a little under for some reason, or my voice is a little out of it. So you guys are going to see that throughout the episode. My apologies. But
okay.
to get us started, Caleb, I do have a question for you.
Uh-oh. What is that?
Have you had your baby yet?
We have not had our baby yet.
How far until due date?
So our due date was actually 2 days ago.
2 days. So negative 2 days.
Negative 2 days is our due date.
Wow.
So absolutely any moment.
Do you have your phone on like ringer and like a backup phone in case that phone dies and like your watch and everything?
So actually why my wife got me, I got this Apple Watch. I've never had an Apple Watch before. And my wife got me an Apple Watch for Christmas so I don't miss. So she can contact me at any given moment.
There you go. See, they are incredibly beneficial. I've told you.
Yeah.
You guys excited though?
Yeah. I will be a dad within like 5 days.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Whether it's whether she's induced or if it's natural. We're praying that it's not induced. But I will be a dad within like 6 days.
Why would you possibly get induced?
So our OB just doesn't want us to go past 41 weeks.
Gotcha.
Because that's just raises the chances of a stillbirth.
When is 41 weeks?
29th.
Wow, the 29th of February.
So
you guys are going to have a leap year baby?
No, so this is
No
where we
way.
stand with that. We thought that we had the chance to do 29th, right? Have a leap year baby. But we don't want, if our baby girl is like, looks at it negatively or gets bullied for it or is like, doesn't feel significant, we don't want to be the person to be in charge of that or like be the reason for that. Because we could go in, induce her on the 28th, have her on the 29th. But we're planning on going in on the 29th and induce her, have her on the 1st. But if
assuming she doesn't go into natural before that.
Exactly. And if she does go into natural on the 28th and have her on the 29th, that's okay. That's just God's plan.
Yep.
But I hope she does come sooner. Tonight would be sweet. I'm on my weekend right now, so it'd be awesome to not go back to work and just have our baby.
I don't know. When I was expecting kids, I always wanted the phone call on my way to work.
Yeah.
So that I could be like, hot psych, and leave.
Yeah, or like while you're at work.
Yeah,
it's like,
so you can like run out.
Yeah.
I gotta go. And then everybody's like, oh, good luck on the way out.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So you guys are within 5 days of you finally actually getting to, so we can start posting these for real now.
Yeah. Well, according to your definition on fatherhood, I am technically a dad at conception. So,
yes,
but
we did dive into that.
My theory, I'm not allowed on this podcast yet. So.
I don't know. So if you take that into consideration, then like if you can't be a father until, so what about the people who try to have kids and have failed miscarriages because they never actually get to birth? They've never once been an actual father?
Yeah. Maybe they haven't been a dad like we were talking about in the past. Like, are they a dad yet? Are dad and father different? Like, do you become a dad at conception and a father at birth? Because then you're parenting them. I don't know. It's up in the air.
And it's kind of all an interpretation.
Yeah.
But I think that you're already a father. It's just kind of fun to give you that teaser now that we're so close to baby being here.
As it gets closer, I do feel more like fatherly with just getting things ready and stuff. But in the past, like last summer, I was like, yeah, like I'm going to be a dad. I still say I'm going to be a dad, but it feels more real.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It's crazy.
Especially when you see how pregnant your wife looks right now, too.
Yeah.
Versus when you're so early on, it doesn't even feel like a pregnancy.
Yep. Yeah.
Well, by the time we record our next episode, we'll be doing an update for you guys where Caleb will officially have his baby daughter.
So today we actually got our first guest on the podcast. He has come from raising one of the most difficult children we know.
Absolutely.
We got to give him props for that. And he's also he's got 2 adult children and 3 grandchildren.
And this interview in particular gets a little bit of emotional heartstrings at times and also some pretty good laughs out of it just because today's guest interview, his name is Nathan Stott. Nathan, and he is my father. So this is my father who stepped into the picture, as I told you guys about in my interview, where I explained how I have a non-biological father, and this is him. So we're excited to dive into today's episode. Stick around for the interview of my father. So here we go. We're diving into episode 4, and we've got Nate on. Nate, thank you for joining us today.
You're welcome.
Nate, thank you.
Happy to be here.
We are happy to have you. So, kind of, some people have heard a little bit about you if they listen to my intro, because I talked about you a little bit, but we kind of want to give you a chance to kind of just introduce yourself, since nobody actually knows you.
No one knows me. I'm the coolest guy in North Idaho. How
I
could you
believe
not
it.
know me? I'm Logan's stepdad.
Yep.
I married his mom 10 years ago.
Yep.
Or we started dating 10, 11 years ago. We got married in 2018. Should probably redo that. We got married in 2018. Logan was there. Haley was there. I remember Logan saying that was the most awkward thing ever. Watching us get married at, what's that place called?
The Hitching Post.
The Hitching Post.
Wow.
So, yeah, but it was good, quick, easy wedding. Logan's been in my life since 2013, 2014, something like that. Yeah. So, yeah.
Long time. Time
Yeah.
flies.
Well, but you're like 23, 24
Yeah.
now. Yeah, so
Crazy.
almost half his life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you said that you have Haley and Logan. Do you have any kids of your own?
I do not.
Okay.
No, I don't.
Can you dive a little deper into that? Did you just decide not
It just
to?
didn't work out.
Yeah.
You know, I was married before. That didn't work out.
Okay.
I was like, if I'm 40 and I don't have kids, I'm probably not going to have them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
Okay.
yeah, I didn't want to be that 58-year-old guy going to a graduation.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we got to know a little bit about family then. What do you do for work?
So I sell heavy equipment.
Oh, cool.
For a company out of Spokane. You act like you don't know.
Yeah. I kind of got it.
Oh, cool. That's what you do? What?
I had no idea.
Wow.
You were just
Yeah.
the guy who brought food home.
Yeah, right. So I sell heavy equipment for modern machinery. They're out of Spokane. Komatsu's our major product line. Sell a lot of crushers too. We're involved in forestry, so yeah, I get to travel a lot of the Northwest, but mainly North Idaho.
How long have you been there?
I started with modern in 2005, August
wow.
18th of 2005. So
Holy.
you were like 4,
5?
5?
5?
Yeah.
Dang.
So, barely out of diapers.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is it like being with a company that long?
Like in my head, I'm 20 years old still,
Yeah.
maybe 22.
Yep.
But I looked around the room in a meeting, like 2 weeks ago, and I was like the seasoned guy in the room at 44 years old, even though
Right.
there was like 60-year-olds in there with me.
Hmm.
They just haven't been with the company as long.
Yep.
So, when you're with a company that long, you're kind of tenured.
Yep.
So my opinion matters more.
That's cool.
Yeah. So
Wow.
So this will likely be your retirement job then?
I would imagine.
Yep.
Yeah.
Unless my happiness changes
Mm-hmm.
or they take some money away, they don't pay me enough commission
Yep. Yep.
because it is commission based. People at McDonald's make more money than I do on their salary.
Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So you alluded to it when we were talking about like how you married my mom and stuff like that. So having kids was more something that got thrown onto you, not
Yeah.
something you decided to do.
Right.
I mean, marrying my mom was a decision, so you kind of knew what you were getting into, right?
Oh, with you. Wow. Yeah. Do you remember Chokegate?
Choke 8? What?
Chokegate. It's kind of like Winegate. Have you guys, or not Winegate, Watergate.
Oh yeah, I know Watergate.
Yeah. So choke. Remember Chokegate?
I think I understand now.
Yeah, Logan and I had some rounds for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
Late years.
Yeah.
I was just a stubborn kid. Younger years. But
You still are a stubborn kid.
yeah, agree.
Your
Truth is
knowledge
coming out.
has grown though.
Yep.
So
Definitely, yeah.
yeah.
Maturity a little bit too.
Yeah.
A little bit. It's grown a little over the years.
To be determined on that.
So you've got Logan, you got Haley. We kind of know where your opinion is with having kids. Are you done? Are you?
Yeah, I'm
Are
done.
you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have grandkids now.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
They're way better than, having
Yeah.
Logan or Haley. 'Cause I can send them home.
Right.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Do you know you're watching my kids tonight too?
Are they staying over?
I don't know yet.
I need to know right now because it depends what we're doing with them. We might load them full of sugar, and send
They're
them
staying
back
the
to- Okay. No
Even if
gooeyes
they're
for
not.
them.
They're staying the night, even if they're not.
So if you could go back, would you change that? Would you have more
Yeah,
kids?
if I met Tiffany at a younger age, yes,
Okay, yep.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then he'd have like a little brother that's like 8 or 10 years younger than him, or sister.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just when you and my mom met kind of dictated not
Oh, yeah.
expanding the family.
Yeah, I mean, what was I, 36, 37, something like
and then-
that.
Mm-hmm.
No, I was
Younger than that.
34.
Yeah. 'cause
Yeah.
You're not even 45
Yeah,
yet.
because she kicked me out of the house on my birthday.
Oh yeah. That was a funny one.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not
Looking
too
back
late.
on
My mother-in-law had a kid at 39.
Yeah, it's
He's
not too
3 now.
late. Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some things with women that took course, so
Yeah. Right.
it's not possible.
Okay, and then just dive into this one a little bit for us. What is your belief structure? What are you founded on when it comes to religion, beliefs on family, stuff like that? Like, where's your foundation?
Yeah. So, I was raised LDS, so religion was huge. I was going to church constantly, seminary, so I was brought up in faith, right? And then I fell away. Tiff got me back. You're gonna have to cut all this.
I'm trying to make it light, I promise.
Right. Yeah. So Tiff got me back into it. It's not like I'm the guy that's gonna preach at you or anything, but yeah, definitely a believer. So I know it's done a lot for you. It straightened you out, which was needed,
Yep.
right? Yeah.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Wow.
You want me to go more?
If you want to, as much as you're willing to share, we'll take.
Well, I don't know if I have any more to share.
That's fine. We can go to.
It's tearing me up, and I told you you're not supposed to do anything like that.
I told you. I showed you the questions before.
Yeah.
Here, let's go a little bit lighter then. So let's dive into your background just a little bit, but in particular to fatherhood. What was your growing up? Did you come from split family background? What your
No,
role models look like?
Yeah, my dad was raised on a ranch mainly. My dad wasn't around. I mean, he was there, but he traveled, right? He sold insurance on the road all throughout Montana. So from 8 to 14 or something, somewhere in there, he wasn't around a lot. Not that he was like a deadbeat dad. He was not that, right? So, and then him and my grandpa got a ranch and a farm, and then I spent tons of time with him.
Yeah.
Mainly getting chewed out for doing stuff wrong,
Right.
right?
I don't know what that's like.
Yeah. Right.
Hold
Yeah.
the flashlight.
Yeah. A little more than that,
Right.
The baler broke because it was worn out. It was my fault.
Your fault. Yeah.
My fault. I wore out the baler, right?
Sounds
So,
about right.
yeah. So you guys should have some Kleenex for me. Or something.
I think
Gotta
they're
get
out
these
there.
tears out of my eyes.
You wanna crawl through there somehow?
No, fat kids don't fit through stuff like that.
So you said you grew up on the ranch, grew up on a farm, doing hard labor work like that. How was that influenced you in your success to being a dad, father, worker?
It teaches you work ethic.
Yeah.
Right. You have to finish your job every day. Right. So you can't go home and say, I'm going to do that tomorrow when you're on a farm or ranch, you know. Crops need irrigated, cut, hay needs baled, cows need taken care of. So it's not a 9 to 5. I can finish it later, right? Or tomorrow.
Yeah.
So it's definitely dedicated to your craft, if you'll call it that. So, but that carries into your life so much, right? Follow through, finish things. So,
What is one of the greatest lessons that you've learned being a father?
patience.
I wonder why.
Yeah. 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 Yelling at kids doesn't get you anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then you now have 2 adult children. Out of your years and experience with them, which ones did you feel like you yelled at more and needed to
Haley.
exercise more patience with?
Haley, for sure.
Interesting.
And I thought she was going to be the easy one.
I think everyone.
Yeah,
Right?
wow, that's shocking.
I mean, Logan.
Logan, look at that grin. He's like, yeah, look at me.
I'm so happy right now.
Yeah. You know, she just, she turned into a different person when she turned 15. I knew what you were going to be from
Gradual.
13, like, on, right? You're just going to be this, yeah, I wouldn't say gradual, but, like, constant.
Steady, yeah.
Yeah, and we're all young and dumb, right? I did so many stupid things, but, like, he got caught. I didn't.
I got caught a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and technology got him caught one time, right? That was
Well, before you, it got me caught all the time with mom.
yeah.
I still remember when I was little getting caught with tech.
Yeah, I mean, like the stuff we did. Like we didn't have cell phones. Like I feel so sorry for kids now.
Yeah.
They're stupid to begin with. All kids are dumb, but that's part of growing up.
Right.
But they record everything they did or do.
Yeah.
You know, then they post it, and it's like, what are you thinking?
Mm-hmm.
You know, at least all my stuff, it's just stories. They could be complete BS.
Right.
They could be true. Who knows? Yeah.
That's pretty funny. So that's kind of like the downside, right? Like those are kind of some of the lessons that you've learned typically through. What's some of your greatest memories at being a father at this point?
Oh, greatest memories. You know, we've done family trips and all that, but it's really the combination, right? Something I married into, which, yeah, it's a big ask, right? I didn't know what I was getting into. I was 34. I was still young and dumb, right? So that's life, though. You know, you make decisions, you live with them. That's probably a bad analogy. It's not like I regret anything, but it definitely made me grow. Like trying to figure you out and getting you, hopefully, on the right path.
At least a semi-straight arrow, right?
Yeah. Jury's still out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see what it comes back with.
Right.
So jumping into a family with already teenagers and a family like that, what does it look like? How did you take the responsibility to provide and start providing for a
Tiffany
family
was
like
broke. I had to. Like the first time we went out, and like Logan and Haley met at some mutual friend's house. It was around Christmas, and Tiff's car didn't have a blower motor for the heat.
that? Wow.
Frost, right? So she's trying to drive us around, looking through like this much of her window, or sticking her head out the side window. It was just like, holy crap. I'd go to her house and fix doorknobs and all sorts of little stuff. It was just constant. I finally had to buy a tool kit, right? Because I'd go to the house and just fix stuff for like an hour every night.
Yeah.
You know? So she was doing the best she could, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she needed help, right? So
Yeah.
and she got tons of help from friends or brother, right? So, but no one wants to come over and constantly fix stuff that Logan broke, right? Yeah, every day, right? So,
Oh yeah, I mean,
Interesting.
Haley might have been more difficult in her teenagers, but there's no question who's more difficult 1 through 10 between
oh
me and
yeah,
my sister.
yeah. I've heard stories before I got involved in your life, like breaking televisions and stuff.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Hey, it still worked after I threw the remote at it.
Yeah.
Okay, so your answer might be slightly different at this point because you've seen, but you can tie this in with your grandkids as well. So if you take into account from you have up to a 4-year-old grandkid and then you've seen 13 on for most kids, so you have about a 10-year gap. What's
Right.
your favorite developmental phase of childhood that you've got to experience?
Well, it's the grandkids.
The grandkids?
That's way better.
So you've seen grandkids from birth to 4. Is it once they're toddler, once they're talking,
Oh.
barely walking, like Lainey before Lainey's
Well,
this age?
yeah, they're all at different stages. It's all fun, right?
All of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, watching Lainey like take her. I don't know. To her, they're like dinosaur steps, sure, you know. But off balance, walking around. Her before she was walking, her weird little crawl she did, dragging a leg around.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's true.
and just like, Rosie just nonstop energy, does not stop for a second.
No.
Yeah, and like they're so different. Rosie's like, I don't know, robust. It's like I feel like you could like push her over 100 times and she'd just like get back up, right?
Yeah.
And Addie's like frail
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
compared to Rosie,
Yeah.
right? And you get Addie alone, she's so different when she's alone. If Rosie's there, like she's gotta like follow Rosie, but she's so sweet when you just have her.
Rosie doesn't change when you have her alone.
No, Rosie,
Yeah,
you
she's
know what you're getting with Rosie, right? Yeah,
Weird. It's like me and Haley all over again.
yeah, exactly.
It's almost like Addie's a middle child too.
Right. I was a middle child.
Yeah, same.
Do you know it was Thursday was National Middle Child Day?
Oh.
No, because everybody forgot.
Yeah, everybody
Oh.
forgot.
Right. Yeah, that's true. Wow, that's so
Yeah.
true.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, fell right into that one.
Yeah, I gotta remember that one.
Yeah.
I'll probably
Are
forget.
you a middle child?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know the pain then.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's a middle of 4, so he's a
Oh,
he's
that
a
doesn't
baby middle.
You got to be a true middle.
No, I am the black sheep of my family.
Why is that?
It was I just had a different mindset than my siblings.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were. I was very always entrepreneurial. I was trying to make money. I was on any game I would play, I would try to make money, like online games and stuff, and they just never understood it. And I was a baby growing up too, so they just didn't want to be around me. But I don't know. I just now we're all cool. We're all adults now, and
Right.
we get along. But growing up,
Yeah.
I was just kind of the outcast.
Gotcha.
They're all blonde and pale, and I'm dark and dark skin, and so we just all.
Have you met the milkman?
Yeah, thankfully I look just like my dad, and
Okay.
act just like my dad. So yeah,
Good.
yeah, I got that saved. But people would ask if we would go out to the store. They would ask if I was adopted.
Yeah.
And my mom's like, "Wow, no."
No.
Nope.
No, she claimed you, huh?
Yeah, and she'll still say to this day that I bruised her rib, and it still hurts. She always
During
loves it
childbirth, or
during just pregnancy.
you just?
Oh yeah, not when
Fighter?
I came out of the womb.
Okay.
I wasn't beating her up, but just when I was inside, I was kicking her ribs, and
Really?
yeah, sorry, Mom, if you're listening. So, what advice would you give to like a younger guy? I know that you haven't like gone through pregnancies or anything like that. Like, what advice would you give me, possibly having a baby anytime?
It's a good question. Time.
Yeah,
It's the only thing you can't replace, right?
definitely.
Can't go get more of. Spend the time. Yeah.
Okay,
I like that.
So,
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's good.
Yeah.
So this is a good question for somebody who married in. Is there any advice that you would give to another guy about how he would handle disagreements with his wife when it comes to how to handle the kids.
Ooh, yeah. Um, like coming into a marriage with kids, is that what you mean?
Yeah, sure. You can take it however you want.
Um, yeah, that was tough. Like, you were misbehaving, right? And I kind of just had to
Yeah.
sit back and be like, if that was my kid, I would beat the crap out of him, right? He wouldn't be getting anything. Like rice and beans for dinner, that's it. I mean, and you know, mama's boys and daddy's girls, it's true, you
Yep.
know. Like mommies really love their little baby boys. Like my mom thinks I'm perfect. Ask her,
Same.
right? Like just go ask her. She thinks I've never done a thing wrong, right?
She'll say it to the day.
Oh yeah, right. And even when like I started making good money, my mom would still be like, "Here's $100. Don't tell your dad." You know, and it's like, Mom, I'm fine.
Right.
Yeah, bank account's doing good. Mom.
Yeah.
I don't need the money. You know, and my dad, he
She
would-
just wants a good nursing home. When it
right.
comes time.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's my little sister's job.
There you go.
What was the question? I
Sorry,
kinda
yeah.
veered off.
No, you're good. Advice to other husbands about how with their wives they have disagreement over kids.
Oh. Yeah. So if a kid's misbehaving or, you know, wants to go spend the night, whatever, you got to be on a team, right? That was Tiff and I. It was always like, if you came to me and wanted to do something and I said no, even if Tiff was like, well, I think we should let him do it, but you already said no, you're not doing it, right? We had each other's backs, right? There was no flip flopping ever, right? It's at times it's like parents versus kids,
Yeah.
right? You know, it's a harsh way to put it, but yeah, you gotta be on the same team, no matter what. Like, and because you would try to backdoor stuff. I
Oh, yeah.
mean, you're master backdoor guy,
Oh yeah.
right? Yeah. So, you'd ask for something, or Haley, whatever, and if I said no or yes, I'd immediately, you know, let Tiff know what the situation was, and vice versa. She'd do the same thing, right? So,
I had seen a video that was like, if the kid asks you if can I go over to Sally's house, what does your mom say? I haven't asked her yet. Well, I say yes, go ask your mom, or if both parents agree, then you can do it. If one parent disagrees, then they can talk about it. If both say no, it's a no. And I remember going up to my parents and I would ask, "Hey, can I go to John's house, whatever?" And my dad would always ask, "What does mom say?" Well, she said to ask you. And he's like, "I don't care. Go ask your mom again." And then I'll be like, "Dad doesn't care. Can I go?" So,
yeah.
when did you feel comfortable starting to parent them?
Probably when Tony got in trouble.
Yeah.
Okay, so like 2015,
Yeah.
16.
I mean, there was definitely there was always a gap, but that was the first time that it was the most prominent that
Yeah.
there was a gap in our lives.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if you want to dive into that.
Not as comfortable as
don't.
you want to be.
I
No, okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
Cool.
It was then.
And for anybody who has a question, Tony is my biological father who's not in the picture. There was a season of life that he stepped more out of the picture, and Nate stepped more actively into the role of taking father in our lives. So just for those who are curious what he means about when Tony got in trouble and who Tony is.
Yeah.
That's him.
Because I don't even think in my interview we really dove into my dad.
Yeah, that's true. I don't even think we mentioned him.
No.
We just said that
That would probably open all sorts of
cans.
yeah.
Yeah. You can go really far, especially on a topic about fatherhood.
Oh yeah.
You open up something like that. So
Yeah.
I think that's kind of why
Definitely.
we dove away from that
Yeah,
just a hair.
exactly.
Yeah. But that's probably a good one, you know, episode 27 or something.
Yeah, like
Right.
next season thing.
Yeah.
Keep people, yeah,
Get into it a little bit of
Yeah.
what the
a
background
little
is,
more established.
or maybe our second interviews of each other.
Yeah, true. So, you seem like a pretty calm dude. Every time I see you, you're just calm, level guy.
Just taking her easy.
But at times, I'm sure, behind the scenes when maybe it's just you and Tiffany, what's one way of like that you cope with anger and annoyance and
So when I was a kid, I had a huge temper. Huge temper, right? Like bad. I'd have to go to this room when I lost my temper. Like it was flowered wallpaper. I hated it. Like 1970s
Yeah.
flowery crap. Oh, and it just pissed me off more and like sent me even higher. But I could not control my temper. From whenever you learn you have a temper to 12. By the time you can like figure out how to control,
yeah,
right? So, but after I learned, hey, it's not that big a deal, whatever it was, to calm down, not like go to the moon. Then I was like, hey, man, life's better like this, right? Just calm down. Everything will smooth out, right?
Yeah.
So, he's made me lose my temper. Back to Chokegate. That was one of the
we
times.
might need to talk about it after the podcast.
Yeah. So it's there's no sense in getting worked up, even though I did, raising you.
Oh, but I knew how to bring it out.
Yeah, but it never gets you anywhere, right? I yelled at Haley way more than I yelled at you. You were just out of the house, so you didn't get to hear it. Yeah, it doesn't do anything good.
Yeah,
Right? So
don't act in anger.
it's tough. We're all human.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. So just out of curiosity then, we've gotten to know what your dynamic kind of looks like in work. What does Nate do for fun?
Oh, whatever I'm told by my wife.
So that's fun.
Is that Nate's fun?
She's my best friend. Like,
That's awesome.
we want to hang out, like, constantly, right?
Mhm.
So, whether it's camping, riding the Harleys, she'll go fishing with me. She probably hates it, but she does it,
Yeah.
right? And I try to, go shopping or whatever I can do, and we're constantly like, if one of us gets off the couch, it's like, can't get you anything. What can I do for you, right? Constantly. So it's just taking care of that other person.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I forgot what question you asked. And
About fun, and that wasn't the answer I was expecting.
That's right. It was about fun. Yeah, fun's anything I can do with my wife, right?
That's awesome.
Yeah, I like that. I relate to that a lot. I just love doing things. As I get older, I realize that I can just always depend on her, and we can just go do something.
Yeah.
And it's just fun. We just
Right.
even if it's just chilling,
Yeah.
it's just yeah.
And like a lot of times we'll go out to dinner and, well, should we invite so and so? And we do a lot, but then it's like when we don't, it's like that was a great little dinner just to disconnect from the world and connect with her,
Yeah.
right?
Yep. So kind of going back, staying with this thing that makes you happy in life. What was something that you would do that's low cost or free with the kids? Just kind of give ideas for dads out there with young kiddos.
Yeah, that's a bad question for me. I'm a spender. Free? Well, nothing is free in this world, unfortunately.
Right.
True.
Yeah, if you want to take them to the park, that costs you money,
Yep.
right? So, yeah, I don't like the grandkids. They're just fun to be around. I mean, you tell Rosie to run around the couch and we'll count, and she loves it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Free's not a good question for
Yeah.
me.
Yep.
Like, I spend a lot of money on stuff that's fun,
Right.
right? So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Money comes and goes.
Yeah, but it does. It does. I don't know. Once you get like fishing poles and stuff,
Right.
it's kind of free, maybe.
Bike rides.
Once you get there, still had to buy the bike,
True.
right?
Yep.
Board games,
But-
same way.
Yeah, I'm more of a economist. Nothing's free. I got taught that a long time
Yeah.
ago, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I don't
So
know.
that's fine. Then flip the table. What's your favorite thing to do with family, whether it's kids, grandkids,
It's probably to
regardless of
cook,
cost?
like cook for you guys.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I really like to cook. Tomorrow we're gonna have a great meal.
Ooh, I'm excited.
It could be Domino's at the end, but the plan is to have a really good meal. So
We've been pushing Nate for a while now. He needs to open his own
Yeah,
kitchen.
Nate's Kitchen.
You guys have no idea how well this man can cook. Barbecue, grill, anything. It is delicious when he makes
I
it.
crave those sliders like on a daily basis, at least weekly.
yeah, those are just a
Oh my gosh.
fat kid paradise. for
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
Not very. They're very American, I will say.
Yeah. They're good. Yeah, the recipe can be found on online, like King's Hawaiian.
Is it King's? I thought you used a different roll that we liked better, or did we like the King's over the other roll?
You can use any roll. It's just all the butter that gets poured over the
I see.
top. Yeah.
This may go into what makes you happy in life. You kind of touched on Harleys and stuff, but what are some of the hobbies that you've got?
Oh, I'm trying to be a fly fisherman.
Oh heck yeah! Okay.
Yeah. So, I've never caught a fish on a fly rod, but I've tried a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully this summer I get to spend more time doing that, but
Yeah.
we'll see. I love motorcycles. I never got them when I was a kid, so maybe that's
Yep.
why I want them.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
don't know. We spend a lot of time doing that. Recently, found out about how beautiful Canada is. So
Mm-hmm.
your mom and I want to go up there constantly because it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
We missed the high school sports.
Hmm.
That was a huge passion for a long time. Was
Yeah.
chasing him and Haley around, watching them play sports. Or not that I went to a bunch of your debate things, but yeah. So I think I went to one.
Is that a sport?
No. It's a club.
It's a club. Yeah.
He was good at it, I heard though.
Yeah. So, but that's one thing, you go to all these sporting things and they take up so much of your time watching your kids, and then they're over.
Mm-hmm.
Then you're like, well, now what do? We have all this free time, right?
Yeah.
So cherish that time watching your kids.
Wow, yeah.
'cause it could end, real quick.
Yep.
Yeah.
You and mom take every opportunity when you get invited to go see someone else's kid play high school sports, I've heard.
Yeah. I mean, we need to be better at it.
Yeah, you guys
Yes.
were at that one Lake City game with that. I said the high school, but with that tall kid that was getting
Blake?
crazy. Yeah, that crazy scholarship opportunities.
Yeah, so now it's Virginia's playing. I got to watch Blake. And he's getting a lot of playing time. It's really cool.
That's cool.
See that.
Yep.
Yeah, not that Virginia is that great this year, but he's getting a lot of PT. It's cool.
Big Zag fans.
I don't know. They're overranked.
Oh.
That's probably going to cause mass chaos.
Yeah.
They're always overranked. This year they're not as good as previous years, but I don't know. It's still fun to watch the hometown team.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Well, Nate, it has been a privilege and an honor to get to have you on the show now that everybody gets to know who's the man behind me being who I am today. So we appreciate you taking the time to be with us today.
You're welcome.
We've
It
got
was fun,
one.
guys.
Yeah, glad you had fun. We have one final question. This question goes out to every father on the channel. So you're the first official interview. So we don't have
Okay.
this for you. But once you give this answer, the next person to start the episode, we're actually going to tell them this. So what's your
Awesome.
one piece of advice that you want to leave for the next father who's going to get interviewed?
Ooh. That I don't know. I've read this question, right? And I was thinking, I'm like, I don't, because you don't know what to expect when you come in here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I assume a lot of guys aren't or haven't been interviewed,
Right.
right? Like I told you before we started, or maybe it was when we started. I've only done one other like interview,
Yeah.
or at least videotaped one.
Yeah.
Geez, I don't know. The room's small. Be prepared for that. I feel like I want to be back like a foot and a half or something. I don't know. It's a unique experience.
It doesn't have to just be related to the show. It can just be
Right.
father advice too.
Oh, well, back to time, right? Spend your time with your kids, not the TV or, you know, the iPads and crap like that. You know,
Yeah.
be present.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I'm making a box that has, it's just a wooden box from Michael's that has 2 wireless chargers. And I have my daddy's got a laser engraver, and I had him engrave "Be Present" on the box.
Yeah.
And so my wife and I, we put that. I haven't built it yet, but we put our phones in that to be present when Aspen's here.
Right.
So
Oh, yeah.
that's interesting. You say that. That's awesome.
You miss so much with your phone in your
Yep.
face.
Yep.
Right? Yeah, and I mean, Haley, I had to put her phone on lockdown. Right? It was so funny because she'd get like an hour and a half a day of screen time or something, down from like 27 hours a day. Right?
Yeah.
And it was so hilarious when I did it because she'd like see she got a text and she just, you know, it's that dopamine hit
Oh,
you
yeah.
always get. And she's just sitting there like, should I open it and waste that like 12 seconds of screen time, or should I wait until another notification comes?
Yeah.
You could just see how it was tormenting her.
Interesting.
That's probably a move on my part, enjoying her. But yeah, with kids, I wouldn't give them phones.
Yep.
Yeah, I was so against your mom getting you and Haley phones.
Yeah.
Like, but that was like at the time I was just coming in, right?
Yep.
And the phone is Chokegate. That's where it all stemmed from,
Yeah.
right?
That was one of our first big altercations,
Yeah.
not just an argument.
What age would you say a phone is necessary?
Necessary? Like a phone? Or
For
one of these devices that has like TikTok and all that crap on it.
They're
I
kind of
mean-
one and the same these days, so it's kind of hard to say one without the other.
They make jitterbugs.
They do.
a jitterbug.
You know, the
what
buttons are like that big, right?
little pager nowadays. Going
Yeah, I
back.
mean, I think there's like actual like flip
Flip
phones
phones.
for kids and
Yeah.
stuff. Just, you know, you can go to the babysitter's house with them.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But yeah, we could probably talk about that for like 5-6 hours.
Yeah.
About how bad I think phones are for kids.
Yeah.
Um,
Babies, like, our thing was 6th grade. We're starting to go to middle school, but we had, I mean, this was also back in the early teens. So before cell phone or smartphones were so readily available. So I had a iPod. I saved up for an iPod Touch, so I could only have it with Wi-Fi, and then we would just get passed down my parents' old Samsung phones,
Right.
the little slide one with the keyboard on it. So, and that was able to text our friends, text our mom to come pick us up from the
Right.
skating rink, and
yeah, like I have no problem with the communication part. That
right.
as long as you know, there's not some sicko, 18, 20-year-old kid texting your 12-year-old
Yep.
daughter. But yeah, the texting, the making phone calls, that's fine.
Yeah.
It's all the other crap that's on there.
Right.
Right. I mean, the stuff I found, going through kids' phones was like, holy crap. So, yeah, I don't think any teenager should have a device that can connect
Access.
them
Yeah.
like to the internet and there's so much crap out there.
Yeah.
And it's bad.
But how would you? I guess we can talk about this, like you said, for forever. But how would you reason that with a kid that all their friends have phones, and that's like so normal now?
I can answer that one. He wouldn't reason it. He would tell him it is.
I don't
Yeah.
care. Right?
Would you get him a flip phone just for like, hey, you're going to the skating rink?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like flip phone. Like, and I mean, as long as you can put lockdowns on these, which
Yeah.
we tried, but I'm not a tech guru. He is.
It is. From like day
So,
one.
like, I don't know the right term, but he would like break into his phone that we thought we had on lockdown.
Yeah.
Right? It took him like 12 seconds to bypass our security, so it was like we're paying $12 a month for nothing, and we think, we're protecting Logan from nasty stuff, and he's just doing what he wants to do.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
That's all I did.
Yeah, I mean, your kid's gonna outsmart you with these devices.
Yeah.
Right? Because, I mean, well, you guys are kind of nerds, so you know how to do stuff like that. But Tiff and I, Tiff can leave her phone for like a week, and she'd be happy without a phone.
Yeah.
Right?
Dang, I strive for that, honestly.
When I retire, I want to leave my phone on the kitchen, my flip phone on the kitchen counter, right? And
Have a computer if you need to search the web. And
I don't want my life to be connected.
Yeah.
Like that. But because of work, because of this world,
Yeah.
we have to have phones, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and I mean, what's the first thing you do when you wake up? It used to be go to the bathroom. It's now grab your phone to see who texted you from, you went to bed at 10, you got up at 5, and someone might have texted you, right? You're so
Yeah.
I need that hit, that dopamine hit. It's so stupid. So, but I'm 44, and that's the first thing I do, just like everybody else in the world.
Oh, 100%.
Right? Yeah.
Well, thank you, Nate. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Again.
Guys.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I didn't make you cry too much, did I?
Yeah, it was just more the thoughts of my wife and how much I love her, how wonderful she is.
Don't worry.
He wants a new bike.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I do need a new Harley.
I don't know. She's getting on the bandwagon these days. It doesn't feel like you have to talk to her too much about those.
No, she's kind of the one that tells me to go buy them.
Bad problem to have right there.
Yeah.
Picked a winner. Found a winner.
Right. That's right.
Thank you guys so much for watching. We appreciate Nate coming on the episode. We've got a lot more episodes lined up, so subscribe down below to be notified when those come out.
And in the meantime, let us know your biggest takeaway that you had out of Nate's interview. Was there a certain piece of advice, certain comment about how he handled kids? If you're a dad who married into having kids, how much did you resonate with Nate's story as well? So let us know down below how much you actually correlated with the story. Until next time, guys, keep fighting the good fight.